They asked me, how long are you gonna stay in Mongolia? I told them 1 year more. And then the next year, they still asked me, and I was like, Tahamagwe. Hi, my name is Elmond. I'm a teacher here in Mongolia. So I came here in 2016, and it's my 8th year now. I think I'm doing my 8th year now. I came around late spring, I would say. I think it was May. Around that time, I arrived at the airport at around midnight, I would say. And the next morning, it actually snowed. So it's something that we enjoy from the tropical country. Like we don't have snow back in the Philippines. And so like the first day here in Mongolia, it snowed. So I still remember I was living at the 3rd and 4th district around Gandang. And I actually ran from Gandang down to Kimtilimlik. I think that was the route. And then I came back, and it was a very fun yet a very new experience for me. I think because I was serving the locals. As you know, from Gandang up to the north, we have the Gear district, and that's where the area that we're actually serving. So being in that area, I got to be able to understand the culture and like really talk to people and really engage with the young people that I was working with. So I've learned how Tagansar goes. I've learned how the first summer that I was here, I've learned how Nadam is celebrated and how the people actually observe and like the respect. I think one thing that I first learned here in Mongolia culturally is when you step someone else's toes or step someone else's shoes, you have to offer your hand or like shake hands. That was strange for me, but I've learned it fast, I think. I think it's the people. Like our country, we are a very hospitable people. I have a lot of challenges, but I have also a lot of very beautiful experience with Mongolians. I would say that this country has beautiful nature. We always travel outside of the country, or I would say outside of the city. We always go to the outskirts of the city to actually see this beautiful nature. So I think I would account my experience with the people as well as with nature, a totally different nature here in Mongolia, as one of my best experiences. I would say it's actually a very fun experience. A lot of our students here are very open-minded. Also in my workplace, I'm the kind of a teacher who wants to teach the students beyond the four corners of the classroom, if you may say that. I usually organize activities for kids, like debate activities. I usually encourage my students to attend like national debates, international conferences, so that they will have a more broader experience. In general, I would say Mongolian students have a lot of potential. I teach language and I teach literature, so their perspective into things have broadened through the years that I have been here. So it's a wonderful experience. It's also a very rewarding experience for me. I would say, in my own personal experience, I could bring that cultural understanding, Mongolian cultural understanding. As I've mentioned earlier, when you actually step on someone's toes or like touch others' shoes, you have to reach out, right? And it became a habit for us who practice it. And when I went home to the Philippines and visited, one time I was going through the aisle in the bus, and since this is not a practice, I would say this is not a practice in other countries. And so when I was passing by, of course, I step someone's toes or like touches their shoes, and I reach out my hand, and they were like, "What are you doing?" And so that's something, funny for me, because we get so used to it here in Mongolia because everybody's doing it. And then when you go to other places, wait, that's not how they actually do it. I got to be asked of that. In 2017, people were asking me like, how long are you going to stay in Mongolia? And I told them like, yeah, maybe 1 year more. And then 2018, they asked me, how long are you going to stay in Mongolia? I told them 1 year more. And then the next year, they still asked me, and I was like, tahamagwe. So for me, I think I'm still here because of the opportunity that actually Mongolia has given me. I am still here because I found a purpose, a life purpose here in this country. So I would say that's a very difficult question to answer for me. But I would say I would stay until Mongolia still welcomes me, you know. The community has about 400 members. It's not very big, but I would say we are very closely knitted. We've been trying to really cater to the needs of the Filipinos. So just recently over summer, we had tree planting activities. We support the Philippine government for like overseas voting for the Filipinos. We have also, in the coming days, we are going to have a financial education for Filipinos. In December, we will have a Christmas party, like I've mentioned. Christmas is really big for the Filipinos, and so we'll have that, but we'll have it in a different way. We wanted to promote the culture to Mongolians as well, the Filipino culture to Mongolians as well. So we'll hopefully have a cultural day during our Christmas party. I'm currently serving as the chairman of the board of directors for the Filipino community. I wouldn't say I was the pioneering of it. If you're asking me how did I put up the community, I didn't. When I arrived in Mongolia in 2016, there was the community already. In fact, it just strengthens through the years. The community, I would say, is one of the strongest expat community here in Mongolia. Back then, starting in 2016 when I arrived, and that's not only 2016, that would be 2016, you know, from when the Filipinos started coming to Mongolia. We usually send it in a different sending platform. And as we all know, as Filipinos, the charge for this platform is way over our budget. Filipinos here, they earn, and most of the money, most of the Filipinos send it back home, straight to their families. And the charge for this platform is skyrocketing. And if you actually convert it into Philippine money, that would, just to give you a perspective, that would actually be an equivalent of 1 sack of rice for their family. And so we are very happy. And in fact, this is an opportunity for me to thank SendMN, because we are very happy that SendMN came, and I am very happy that I've met SendMN officers during that IT festival, because it helped our community so much. Because of the charge that we have with SendMN is way lower than other platforms. And so every single month, I would say a lot of the Filipinos, they actually send money to the Philippines twice a month. And remember Christmas, on how big this is for the Filipinos? That's where we send gifts, even if it's just small amounts, to our nieces, to our nephews, and to family members, to people that are in need. So how do we use SendMN? We use it as part of our lives. And this is basically a very big blessing to the Filipino community. And yes, that's how we use SendMN. So once again, this is an opportunity for me to say thank you to SendMN. SendMN is not only providing a big opportunity for the Filipino workers here in Mongolia to actually send money home in the faster way, as well as in a cheaper way, but SendMN has also been supporting the Filipino community on our activities. And I would say thank you, and continue your service to not only to Mongolians, but also to the expats that are living here in Mongolia.